Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's the opening race of 2021 and my God, we're here. We're not in Australia. Thank God it's not in Australia, or we'd be here at 6 a.m. Instead, which would be an absolute nightmare. And I'm sure Harry, Conor and Jack would have said, "Now I'll see you later, mate. You can do it on your own in front of people." Well, they're joining me today, and it's a night race today. Of course, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Verstappen on pole, of course, the last 21 years it's been dominated by the likes of Schumacher, Hamilton, Alonso, Vettel, Nico Rosberg. All of them have gone on to win it, and Jenson Button. But there's a man in the Red Bull garage that's on the hunt for that World Championship this year, and that is Max Verstappen. No, not Perez, you're being too kind. Anyway, I'm joined by Harry Wright, Conor Porter and Jack Price for our first ever F1 race watch along. Harry, starting off with you. We had a bit of a Ginger What's-It moment, didn't we, where you had a McLaren cap on, Conor had a cap on, but then he decided that there's going to be a Vikings F1 team instead. How did you figure this all out?
Well, obviously the McLaren fans are the most coordinated in the world, even more so than the Tifosi. So it was just real easy. We telepathically knew that McLaren is the team to support. So that's why I got the hat on. That's why Conor's got his hat on.
Jack,
Yeah.
It's one of those races where you forget just how exciting this could be, because this is a proper circuit as well. This has had some great races over the years. Last year in Sakir, of course, we had the 2014 between Rosberg and Hamilton. I just sense we could be in for a treat today.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, we had a great race. It was the Sakir Grand Prix last year, but we did have a good race at the track. I think it's interesting because the teams and the drivers have all had their sort of know-how for the actual track, because they've been there for testing for 3 days as well before this weekend as well. So hopefully they've all got their eye in, apart from Mazepin, who's decided to just keep spinning around the circuit for a few times. We'll see what he can do. The fact that obviously Vettel's starting behind both Haas drivers at the start now because of the yellow flag situation. But they'll be interested to see where he is. But yeah, as much as obviously the McLaren, I have got an old Jenson one, you know, when they had the Union Jack on the back of the old McLaren Vodafone. I've got that up somewhere, so I'll retrieve it if McLaren are obviously doing well. But I'm interested to see where the two-time champion of Fernando Alonso is going to be at the end of this race, because it is great to see him back.
Absolutely. We've got the cameras focused on one of the Alfa Romeos at the moment. Now, I'm probably at least 5 laps behind Harry, Conor and Jack for this watch along, so they're going to tell me the future, which I don't know if that's going to be good or bad, but I've got my Mexico shirt ready. I've got another shirt ready if it doesn't go to plan. I've got a backup plan of a Dutch shirt here, which Jack hasn't seen yet. It reminds me of the Eurovision days when the Netherlands won. I had that shirt ready, and I was like, yeah, I knew they were going to win. Always knew, absolutely. We've got some comments coming in. We've got Mr. Labman saying, "Hola, hello, Labman. Are you in the lab today? If so, what are you experimenting on? I hope you're getting those COVID vaccines on the go." Derefi reckons Vettel could win the Bahrain Grand Prix. I find that hard to read that while not laughing. We've got William Warby saying hello, and then we've got Sirlock Media saying, "Cool, bring it on. Hope this doesn't get pulled." I beg your pardon. Who's going to pull here? Is it Hamilton? I mean, is it Vettel? You have to tell me what you mean by that, Sirlock Media. So anyway, the cars are getting ready for the formation lap, and actually, let's ask you all now before the first race begins, Harry. Who have you got for Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship for 2021?
I mean, my heart obviously says Verstappen for drivers, and then probably Mercedes for constructors. But my head says Hamilton for drivers and Mercedes for constructors. So I don't know. I think Mercedes are still the favourite, to be honest. I know they've had a sort of a tough time, in testing so far and with qualifying, but they're still there or thereabouts. And I think they're still so good, and they're going to be the ones to beat still.
Yeah, I think this is the thing where, like, we saw, didn't we, in 2018, Conor, where Ferrari had won the first 2 races, and Vettel had a great start, and this was the whole thing of can Ferrari finally get the right car to beat Mercedes? But it just shows that you have to be consistent throughout the whole season, and Mercedes 23 races, I think it favours them more.
Yeah, absolutely. Hamilton's been on top now for the past couple of years. If you're going to win the championship, you have to beat him on the track. And certainly the only 2 drivers that have come close to it in the past 2 years have been Verstappen and Bottas. And unfortunately, Vettel has either been in an underperforming Ferrari car, or now today he's at the back of the grid. So it might be a bit difficult for him to get back in the hunt. But we'll have to wait and see. Certainly is an opportune moment now for Verstappen to try and challenge for it. Might be the best opportunity that he'll get.
Oh, what's happened, Harry?
Harry, you're no TV.
Jamie.
No,
Jamie.
no.
As I was talking about.
Oh dear. There goes my surprise finish.
Do you think, Harry, that they've just gone and... do you think they knew you were about to watch? They saw you on YouTube and think, hang on, he's using now TV longer than he should be.
No. Well, no, that happened already while you were doing your intro. My Sky Rep. No.
So for explanation, because we haven't really explained anything, Sergio Perez has his car's completely stopped.
No.
How far behind are you guys?
Jamie.
His car's completely stopped at turn 12, 13, and he is looks to be out of the race
I
before.
was going to say, before the race,
right, I'm off.
They changed the electronics, and right, here we go. They're going to do another lap, Jamie.
Yeah, extra formation lap. So we got some more time. But what I was saying, it looks as though Hamilton is going to be up there.
I was a Verstappen fan the whole time. What are you talking about?
It looks as though Hamilton's going to be up there as expected, and I think Verstappen's going to challenge for him all the way this time. I think it's going to go right to the wire rather than it being a few races out before the end. That we find out who's going to. Oh, he's going again. He's got a nice white mark on his tyre on his front right. So that'll be interesting to see if he's able to compete. But yeah, Aldo is going into the pits, so he might have to start from the pit lane. But we'll wait and see. But yeah,
I think he's going to get. He's going to do is he's going to get in the Aston Martin Vantage safety car. It'll just be easier.
See, back in the good old days of F1, he'd jump out and just jump into the spare car now.
I'll say Verstappen and Hamilton then right to the wire, and I think Hamilton will come out drivers, and then I think constructors will go to Mercedes as well.
What are you going for, Jack?
Bottas 6.0.
Harry, are you a Bottas 6.0 as well?
Oh, well, I mean, I had 7.0. Why stop at 6?
So next year then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Perez was pooling around and his car just turned off.
So yeah, I've just seen
I think
it
his
now.
car's working, but his electronics are...
Well, his wheel turned off. Couldn't quite get that radio message and couldn't quite read it. I don't know if Harry did.
No, I didn't catch that one. I think they thought they saw something. I think they always use the cliche of, I mean, everyone drink when Crofty says control alt delete.
Don't forget to subscribe, folks, to the channel if you enjoy your Formula One. Don't forget to. We're at 549. Let's get to 550, and then I'll say 600. Then 650. You know, it keeps going. Let's have a look at some more comments.
Jamie, who do you think's going to win the drivers and constructors? We haven't heard from you.
My brain says Hamilton, but my heart says Verstappen. As you can see, I've always been a Dutch national fan, but I think Hamilton will do it again. I think the long run will help Mercedes instead. I don't agree with 23 races. I think 20 is more than enough. But the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, I'm not looking forward to because there's no overtaking, so I don't see the point. So again,
to me, it just looks like a Scalextrics track. Like you're just constantly going quick around,
and you go under a tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just one of those where it reminds me of Singapore, where it's more of an event than a race. You know, it's kind of for F1 to just go promoting it there, which, you know, is absolutely fine, but, you know, get a bit of a race going on as well. And I think it's going to be a night race.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be
It's
always
kind
a
of
desert thing, doesn't it, these days?
taking a bit of the luster from Singapore in that regard.
Yeah, especially with Bahrain now as well, taking the
But then
night
again,
race.
I think it being a night race for Bahrain, it's made it a lot more interesting than in the day. I think it makes it a lot more interesting because of the heat.
Yeah.
And the race has begun for me and Harry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm watching this now. Oh, Verstappen's.
Ooh,
Mine's
Bottas
still
taking
fairly-
Hamilton at turn 1. Woof.
Fairly unchaotic.
Go on, Verstappen.
Oh no! Oh no! I do not like seeing a Haas going off at that corner.
It's
Who was that?
Nikita.
Was that
It's Nikita Mazepin.
Who
We
else
got that one
was
off.
it?
I call him
Is
May
it-
Spin these days.
Is it Mazepin or was that?
I just heard Crofty say Mazepin then, so
Yeah. I mean, illustrious start, mate. Oh, careful, McLaren's.
Mazepin says that he's okay. So, but yellow flags.
That's a safety car. I was going to say these McLarens are racing each other far too much for. The
Quite
safety
interesting.
car.
Leclerc's gone back into third safety car now. Yeah, Leclerc's in
Oh,
third. I don't know
that's-
where. I don't know which Mercedes it is.
Bottas, I think.
Yeah, I've just watched the first corner now. I'm way behind.
I couldn't see the number on the car. I can never see the number on the Mercedes car.
Yeah, that's.
What's in
Yeah.
second? Bottas.
Mazepin has gone off. Basically, where turn 3 goes right, he's turned left and crashed into the barrier.
Oh, God.
And he's broken that, to put it mildly.
What a
Yeah, that
terrible
car is
start.
not drivable.
That's just the most unsurprising thing I've ever seen.
Was it driver error or was it car error?
I think it might have been driver error because obviously you got to go into that first corner, haven't you? So many cars going into that
The
corner.
thing is, he's gone off to the left, so I can only shoot. He probably has been hit, or he has hit someone, but no one's really lost any places. So maybe it was driver error, but he seems to have hit the wall fairly hard.
Good start though for Vettel. He's up to 14th,
Yes.
And that's
and
where the
Raikkonen
experience
as well.
will
He's
help.
up to 11th from 14th as well.
And as much as they won't like to see the Haas there, that's episode 1 of next season's Drive to Survive for Gunther Steiner, surely.
Jack Price, one of the producers of the show.
Yeah.
He-
Ching ching, money, money.
Money. If you
Gunther's all
actually
over.
look at the bottom of your screen, folks, for you who are watching, we will feature your comments at the bottom of your screen. So we've got one here from Apple Core saying, I think May's spin broke Bottas's Turkey spin total before the actual race even started.
That was a lot in Turkey, though. Bottas did do a lot.
Yeah, Leclerc jumped Bottas into third before the safety car.
Who was that
that's
made a
interesting.
dreadful start there? Was it Tsunoda? I think he made a shocking start.
Yeah, Tsunoda fell back quite a lot.
So what does Mazepin do here?
He's on the outside, isn't he?
We're not going to see because these buildings in the way. No, literally, don't even see it. The camera missed it.
I thought someone was building something in front of you, Harry, and it's like, I'm trying to watch the
Yeah,
race
yeah.
here.
Someone's
Oh,
playing
here we go.
Minecraft
We
in the middle
got
of
the on-board
the
now,
street
right.
circuit, you know.
So
Well,
on
he's
the
got an
side of the video.
onboard.
There's a bit of a wobble, and he's coming out the corner, and he just drops it. He drops it on his own, and then crunch into the wall.
Yeah, it's
Right.
driver error.
We've got...
Hitting.
Oh, I love this comment. It's from Vincent saying his dad will have to pay for that. Good job, Mazepin.
He didn't look. He didn't look comfortable at all.
No.
That's like
Oh,
even
his
before he
back
has
end,
the
his
crash,
back end's like going like that. Going
Yeah.
wibbly wobbly all over the place.
He did not have any grip.
I think he's probably just hitting the throttle too early. Not a great start to his
No.
Formula One career at all.
Look, I mean, Mazepin was already the focus was on him for the wrong reasons. He needed to keep his nose clean and not do anything wrong, and he's just made a lot of mistakes already.
He is Russian, Harry. Keeping the nose clean is very difficult.
Well, hey, Kvyat managed it.
Yeah, good point.
But yeah, no, he's just got it wrong immediately. Verstappen's reporting an issue of some description, but oh, here we go. The Perez Master Strat is on.
Come on, Perez.
Tires. He's on the. Look, Perez winner. Just calling it now. Put all your money on it. Perez
He did it. He did it once with difficulties, didn't he? In that Sakir Grand Prix.
Look,
Safety cars ending.
That's it. What happened last time? Perez was last at the end of lap 1 of this race. You know.
Well, that was the outer circuit, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. On this track.
I actually prefer the outer circuit.
The outer circuit
I like how much faster it is.
It is
just,
fun.
Some of you who asked about the lap count, it's up now. So yeah, lap 3 of the race so far. Oh, Vincent just said, screw Perez. Oh, you know what, Vincent? You know what? You must be Vincent Company because there's something about Man City I don't like. Anyway, I should probably shut up, really.
He's just mashing the buttons in the safety car. I love it.
Oh, I've just
I
seen.
can imagine it
Perez
turns
going
into like a DJ deck when they're not,
That's
when they're not
it,
out there. He's playing tunes
Got
in
a
the
little
pit lane.
distance, like.
Apple Cores just said what you've just said, Harry, saying, wait, so Perez is last again after lap 1? Where did I see this before?
He knows. Yeah, this is it.
He does.
Verstappen's holding everyone up now ahead of the safety car restart.
I'm going to go flying down that pit straight.
Really weaving there, though. That's...
Hope you're enjoying the sound effects in the background, folks. You'd think we're actually at the race.
Right.
Here we go.
He's really holding them up.
Waiting to get across that start line, and then we'll be underway again.
Oh, he's really holding them up. There we go. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, Leclerc's on Ham.
There we go.
Oh, this is a good restart. What's Charles Leclerc going to do? He's going to try and
Charles
hang around
Leclerc's...
the outside. Oh, Bottas is in a good spot.
Almost 3 wide going into that first corner.
Perez is already up 1 spot. Oh, it's a bit wide there. Oh, careful with McLaren. Oh, someone's gone wide in the Aston Martin. I think.
Oh, Lando Norris is trying to take Bottas.
Oh, the wing's gone. Tsunoda's wing's gone, I think. Oh, it's Gasly's wing.
I love how Vettel's got fastest lap so far.
Well, I saw an Aston Martin seemed like it went wide in the background. I think it was Vettel, but Gasly's just... No, it is Tsunoda's lost his front wing.
It was Gasly, I think it was, that lost his front wing. Because he's fallen down to 11th.
Yeah. Oh, they're both dropping. I think maybe both Alpha Tauris are in trouble. Yeah, both Alpha... Oh, yeah. No, it is Gasly, yeah. Oh, gutted for him.
Yeah, Gasly. Can you see Gasly at Red Bull in the future, Jack? Because I just feel like it's like Albon. No, sorry, not Albon. Kvyat.
Virtual
where,
safety car.
You know, he'll just
again.
go back, not get the chance again.
Yeah, I think with Gasly, he was a little bit hurt when they brought Perez in after his great year at AlphaTauri last year. That they brought Perez in and didn't sort of bring him back up. So I don't know whether he sort of burned his bridges and will have to look somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know what that relationship between Christian Horner is, to be honest.
I think.
Sorry to
go on, Harry.
Well, Gasly clipped the McLaren, I think, and lost his wing, but in the background there's just a Haas spinning around as well. I think to be fair to Mazepin, I think that Haas is a bit of a handful. Because Schumacher just dropped it for no reason as well. So.
We got Vincent saying, Gasly lost his front wing, ha 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 ha. Ben Finley says, for fuck's sake, ha ha. And then he also says, poor guy. So you laugh at him, then you say, poor guy. Oh, that's so ruthless.
I mean, it's good for the McLarens. Up to 5th and 6th now.
McLaren, I
How's
think.
Alonso in 7th?
Alonso did so good in qualifying yesterday with that car. Mick Schumacher, who'd have thought we'd see a Schumacher at the back of the grid? We need you at the front, man. It annoyed me yesterday because I was watching a BBC News bulletin of the qualifying, and typical of the reporter who clearly doesn't watch F1, and he literally said the words of, and he pretty much was saying, and not the greatest of days for Mick Schumacher, the Michael Schumacher's son. He was saying he finished last. I'm like, well, you make it sound like you expect him to win the race or something, just because it's his son.
Yep. That's it. I mean, Haas are going to have a miserable time this year because their car is just last year's car, completely undeveloped. And it wasn't good last year either, so they're going to be rubbish this year. Here we go, Bottas making a move on Charles Leclerc. He's passed him.
And that's good for Bottas because he needs to prove himself this year.
Leclerc's going to fight back.
He went deep into that first corner, though.
Yeah.
Very
Leclerc's
deep.
coming back at him now. He's got the DRS. He's going to try and go around the outside.
Although this is a battle now, Charles is on his soft tyres.
Oh, Bottas locked a tyre, so Leclerc's still on him, but he just managed to stay ahead.
It'd be interesting to see, because this is probably going to be revisited later on in the race, because Leclerc's on softs and Bottas is on the mediums.
Yes.
We've got Apple Core saying Gasly and Albon sat into the second Red Bull seat with Marco going, be a new Daniel Ricciardo.
Perez is making his way up the order. You'll be happy to hear, Jamie.
Yeah, he's 15th when I last checked.
14th
He's
now.
up to 14th now.
Oh, go on, lad. Yeah, past the old champion. Show him who's the new champion, my friend. I don't know why is this T-shirt on?
Oh, great.
It's not happening. I can't get it off. Can't get it
Oh, this is about to become an 18+ stream.
What's going on?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Breathe them in.
God. Oh, that's it.
You folks just saw nipples. You got that for free. I always believed in Mexico. Of course I did.
Should be OnlyFans.
Verstappen fastest lap.
Get out. Jack Price.
Oh, dear.
Apple Core saying Prez up to 15th. It's actually 14th for Apple Core. You need to catch up. Yeah, I can't say anything because I'm
Jamie,
still
you
on.
need to catch up.
I need to catch up,
Now.
yeah.
He's in 13th now. Come on.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
he's so
I need to
good.
catch up.
I need to actually do some betting because you guys are giving me the tips and future results here right now.
Oh, that's so lucky for Gasly. Literally, like, the slightest touch on the back of the McLaren, his wing just decided to say goodbye.
Wow, we've got over 100 people watching our stream. Thank you all for the support.
Signs, that's a clumsy move.
Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. We're hoping to do all the races throughout the year.
do you
23
think-
Sundays, guys. 23 Sundays we have to give up.
What do you think will be a good season for Sainz at Ferrari in his first year? At
That's a
the
good
team?
question.
Like what position in the Drivers' Championship do you think?
Would you say top
he has
6?
to be yeah, he has to be close to Leclerc. Like, again, it's kind of like no one's expecting him to beat him, but at least to somewhat be close to him.
Yeah. I think for Sainz as well. Harry, do you always believe when there's a new driver at a new team, regardless of their experience, they've got to look at 12 months and think, give him the time to get used to it, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, like when Daniel Ricciardo moved to Renault, like obviously his stock was very high from Red Bull. He moved to Renault and he had a dreadful first year, but then last year obviously he was very good. So
It was
It
Norris
kind of
on
just-
Leclerc. Norris
Yeah,
on Leclerc on the first corner. Just Leclerc winning out.
oh, he's got DRS now though. He's going to
When
go
is
around the outside.
In
Possibly.
the words of Eddie Irvine, when are they going to get rid of DRS?
Well, it's keeping things. Oh, they're still side by side. Oh, Norris going to back out of that one. But Vettel just got back past Perez. Oh no, there's a battle going on, and
Interchange
they're-
between the two, yeah.
I always love that camera of under the car when it goes over the camera.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that. I remember someone saying to me once, "Nah, the best camera angle is the pocket in snooker." All right. It's great to see a ball go in a hole. Ooh, Max Verstappen has fastest lap 1:35.9. This is why we're not on Sky, folks, because we can say whatever we like on YouTube. I should be careful when I say that. Oh, Perez is 13th now, yes!
Yeah.
I'm way behind.
I think this race is going to be a classic like last year when Leclerc qualifies high up the grid and then just absolutely tumbles.
Yeah.
Well,
Vince,
I was
gonna
saying
get
to you,
now.
Jamie, wasn't I, that Ferrari always seemed to do well in Bahrain, bar the last
Yeah.
2 seasons.
yeah, especially
But
in,
now Norris
2018.
takes Leclerc on the first corner and he's up into 4th. So
There
maybe
you go,
it's the same
Stroll's
old
just
story
got
for
back on
Ferrari.
board, so-
Well, this is the thing, because Harry's been... I remember when Lando Norris... Well, I didn't know much about Lando Norris, and I remember Harry saying, way before Lando Norris came into F1, you know, keep an eye out for him. And he's showing it for you, Harry. He's showing you that justice that you've been
He is.
saying for a
I've been
good few years.
Yes, I've been a big fan of his since he was in Ginetta Juniors. I remember seeing him at Alton Park. And yeah, so it's been quite good to see him, and now he's currently in 4th place.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. What do you think of Ricciardo going to McLaren?
I think it's a great move. I mean, at first I was kind of skeptical because I thought Renault, I think they were on the up, but I think it seemed like a match made in heaven, really.
Yeah.
You know, I was sad to lose Sainz, but I think Sainz going to Ferrari, I was like, fair enough, okay, he'll do well there. And Ricciardo's arguably an upgrade, so, you know, you can't really have any complaints, and he's doing well immediately. He's probably one of the few drivers that's actually jumped into a car and immediately done well, to be fair. So,
I must admit, I'm going to go out there and say it, folks, but I find Daniel Ricciardo a bit overrated, but I'm
so
just saying that. Love him, don't get me wrong, love him, but like I just think he's always going to be that one that just won't get a world championship.
he reminds me. He's in like a similar.
There's a lot of those in Formula 1 history, Jamie, that just don't get a world championship.
I thought they all won one.
It's like Montoya's, and I think he's similar to Montoya. You know,
Yeah.
very quick,
Character
but
as well.
never be in the car. Yeah, never in the car to actually win the title. Here comes Perez and Ocon now. Oh, there you go, Perez up to 12th.
Oh, here we go. It's happening, lads. It's happening. The comeback is on. The comeback.
Saying
king.
Ocon was doing well until probably the last 4 laps.
I just feel like when Ocon was on the podium with Perez last year, I felt like with Ocon's grin towards Perez, he was like, make the most out of this, mate, because you ain't coming here next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, lap 9 of the race so far. Verstappen first, Hamilton second, Bottas third, Norris 4th, Leclerc 5th. And the battle for 7th is looking interesting. Stroll, Alonso and Sainz. Aston Martin, well, I think it's pretty obvious that Lance Stroll's his dad. It's just, of course, lads, I'll give you all the upgrades, don't worry. We'll make sure Vettel looks shit. No, I'm joking.
There you go. We're seeing the highlights of Perez's overtake on Ocon. Yeah, it just sweeps around him.
Just to think, Jack, you've clearly dressed up well for this race because we've got over 100 people watching and they're probably going to buy all the brand clothing that you're wearing right now. This Ralph, is it Ralph Lauren
Yeah,
or
sponsors? What?
sponsors? Yeah. Is it? I can't see the badge to be honest. I recognise it, but We've also got Conor's American football when he won the Super Bowl a few years ago, and Harry's got a blurry background because the police are after him. No, I'm joking.
We've got dairy milk.
Whoa!
No, it just says ilk. It just says ilk. No dairy.
If you want a sponsor,
Oh, I'm repping the Nike. It's okay.
I do like a Nike hoodie. It's very comfy. Actually, I haven't got my Alonso hoodie on today. Why am I not wearing that? Oh well. So if Alonso wins the race,
carrying Raikkonen now.
I've just seen him go past. Yeah, he's now up to 12th.
It's going to be 11th in a second.
Nice. What do you think would be a good result for Perez?
For Perez, well, he can definitely finish top 6, I think.
Yeah. Because I think as well, Jack, when you look at Red Bull, we said this the other week about Albon not picking up the points when it mattered. And that's why the gap was a bit higher between Mercedes and Red Bull. Do you think this is the races where if Verstappen wins, they could just do with Perez somewhere up there as well?
Yeah, that was the whole reasoning of them bringing in the quality driver of Sergio Perez. You know, we always know how well he is at his tyre management. So bringing somebody in that caliber into the team that's what they need, obviously for the constructor points, but ultimately for like the team strategy throughout the race. To be able to go to Mercedes when there's usually Hamilton and Bottas up there, they need that second Red Bull driver there. So it was a bit of a shock that he didn't make it into Q3 yesterday. Maybe they should have put the soft tyre on instead of the medium. I think they went back out with after he's got his lap deleted. So it was a bit of a surprise. They didn't just let's just get him into Q3 and if he has to start on the softs, then that's the case. But you know, this is like, you know, everyone's mentioned already, this is the Sergio Perez way of getting up the order, isn't it? You know, let's get him right down the back and work his way back up again.
And we all know.
I think Alonso's the first one to pit on initial strategy, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes back out. Because he came in when he was in 7th, I think it was.
Are they hard tiring? Are they hard tiring or?
I was going to say, did you catch up time because I didn't.
No, I didn't see. And this leaderboard that I've got.
No, he's got mediums on.
He was on mediums before, so I think he's going medium.
Yeah, he's gone back in. Gone back out on them.
We've got a comment here from Apple Core saying, I don't think McLaren will contend for a championship this year. I also reckon that Ricciardo will call it quits after his 3-year contract. Thoughts on that, lads?
I think both of those are probably accurate, to be fair. Norris has just come into the pits, actually, but and Leclerc. So obviously Ferrari and McLaren are racing each other, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, it's probably racing each other for third in the championship.
I think McLaren still can win races this year. I think that's ultimately possible, but I don't think they'll contend with the actual like championship overall. But I think they've definitely got a car that's capable of winning. But I think obviously there may be them races when, say, the top 3 aren't either maybe crashed out or have an incident or reliability.
Yeah. Well, here it's going to get interesting now. Everyone's doing their stops now. Perez is up to 7th, and he's the highest placed person who has pit. So, you know, he's just behind Raikkonen. He'll probably overtake Raikkonen. Perez top 6 is definitely on here.
Yeah, and
with his time management skills as well.
Oh yeah,
he's
absolutely
the best at it.
Norris and Leclerc as well came out ahead of Alonso, whereas Stroll didn't. He came out behind him, so that's quite interesting there as well.
That's it. Like Norris is 13th, having pit. Perez is 7th, so pitting early and letting him go is the classic Perez.
You see, this is the undiscovered strat that Red Bull have been practicing now.
Yeah.
Get your car to crash completely, technically on the formation. Start from the pit lane, and away you go. And yeah, it looks
it's like someone just pulled the plug in the garage.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Now spill the coffee on the laptop.
Car.
Oh no!
Yeah, Hamilton's pit. Ricciardo's coming in as well. There we go. Perez is up to 6th now. Sainz up to 3rd. Perez has jumped Ricciardo, so there you go.
Wow.
And clearly as well, Hamilton is still instructed to be Plan A strategy for him over Bottas.
Hamilton's catching Verstappen.
Norris jumped up to 8th. But that's after Raikkonen, Ocon, and Russell.
Oh, Ricciardo's behind. Ricciardo's has dreadful time. He's behind Alonso now.
I think Perez has just gone past Ricciardo going, yeah, that's right. That's why I joined Red Bull, not McLaren.
Oh, Stroll, Ricciardo going for it.
With Hamilton pitting, the gap to Perez is only a second, but it's a second and a half now. But yeah, I think that might be the limit for Perez today. I don't know if he'll be able to get higher than 4th or 5th.
It's if he can beat Sainz, I think, really looking at it, because I don't think Sainz has pit yet.
No.
And he's about 15, 16 seconds behind, so he'll overtake him if, Sainz will have the pit soon.
Well, yeah, Sainz is 14 seconds behind Bottas. Verstappen's zooming away. He's got a nice gap, 6 seconds on Bottas as well.
I forgot there's crowds in the race, isn't there? Well, not. I don't know if it's full house. I presume it isn't, but
no,
it's good to see there's fans there.
So this is where Perez comes into this now. He's actually being somewhat helpful.
Well, he's got to get he's got to find a way to get ahead of Hamilton, so that when Verstappen pits, he's not going to get undercut from.
There you go. Hamilton's just passed Sainz, so.
Yeah, Hamilton might go into the lead here after Verstappen pits.
Was Gasly that far behind that he's still at the back after all the pit stop?
Yes.
Well, he lost his front wing, didn't
I just wanted to check it wasn't broke on mine.
Yeah. It's predicted to be 1 second gap between Hamilton and Verstappen after Verstappen pits.
Yeah, I think Red Bull may have left Verstappen out for too long here.
Oh dear.
1.3 seconds. Oh, Hamilton might take him as he goes into the pits.
I think they've got the undercut.
Wow.
Red Bull always mess up, don't they?
Well, what's Red Bull's strategy actually? Because they seem to be staying out for a lot longer.
Grow your wings, isn't it?
Well,
I think they're gonna have to.
Because obviously Bottas has still got a pit, so I think they're going to wait until Bottas pits and then go on the lap after, just to try and open up the gap as much as possible.
There we go. Sainz is coming in now, so this will promote Perez to 4th. Perez is being dropped by Hamilton though.
Yuki Tsunoda's made his way back up after the pit. Or was he not pitted yet?
He's just coming to the pits now.
He's coming into the pits now, yeah.
There you go, Vettel's up to 5th. Woo. He hasn't
Take a screenshot.
I was there when Vettel was 5th.
Dureffy's...
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, so I was just reading Dureffy saying Vettel's 7th ? Oh my God!
He's up to 5th now, so he's probably screaming even more. Whoever made that comment.
Dureffy, please, just make sure you've got a spare pair of pants. Apple Core. What's Apple Core saying?
Hamilton 2 seconds faster per lap than Verstappen.
I was going to say he's fly. I think Red Bull maybe.
They have to pit him now. They have to pit him now. No matter what Bottas is doing, they have to pit him now.
I don't know why they wouldn't pit him at the same time as Hamilton.
It might be better if they just pit him ahead of Bottas, just so that Bottas holds Hamilton up a little bit. If
I'm not sure why they'd wait for Bottas when it's Hamilton that should be the main person for them Verstappen to worry about, really.
Norris has moved up to 5th. So it'll be interesting to see how Perez can maintain his pace. Oh, here we go. So Bottas is coming in now.
Yeah, so they have to pit Verstappen now.
Verstappen needs to catch Mick Schumacher to get some DRS.
Oh, Perez might come out in front of Bottas here.
Oh, go on, lad. Go on, kid.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it.
Come on, lad.
He's done it. Perez up to 3rd.
Perez win 2021. Go on, he's going to win the World Championship, lads.
Jamie, if my podium prediction is actually correct, how much money are you going to give me?
Should we talk about podium predictions? Should we talk about our podium predictions?
Just let you know, lads, I can mute you if you know.
True, Jim. I predicted Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez. That's what it is right this second.
Brain Sample, that's the YouTube name, says Red Bull have got it all wrong.
At the moment, it looks as though it might be correct. He might be correct there.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I'm inclined to agree. It just because I'm not sure how long it is in the pit. It's normally about what sort of 25, 20 seconds through the pits.
Bottas took 25 in that one. Yeah.
25. So Hamilton's 16 seconds behind. You know. Oh, they're getting
Not
ready to
that
box
bad.
in now.
Yeah, here
Okay,
he comes.
Verstappen's coming in now. Are they going to stick the soft tyres on it though?
No, they
Well,
can't.
oh, it's
They
another
can't.
set of
Otherwise,
medium.
yeah. It'll be ridiculous to put a softs on him because it'll just open up the gap for Hamilton more.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Hammy is now in the lead of the race.
Great.
GG, everyone.
And there he goes.
Hammer time.
And bye. And that's the last we ever saw of him.
That's the season.
Yeah.
I can imagine Christian Horner saying, I just remember his car getting further away.
Well, there we go. It's now a Red Bull 2-3, which is nice to see in a weird way.
Why didn't they speak to Perez about Verstappen's pit stop? Should he go in now? In terms of my tyre management expertise, he should have gone 10 laps ago.
Bottas is on Perez. I suspect he'll overtake him in a lap or two.
No. Apple Core has just said Perez wins 2021 World Drivers' Championship as technical issues, in quotes, send him back to last and he gets to first anyways. I'm loving this. I'm loving your comments, Apple Core. You're a funny guy.
The only driver to win a Grand Prix after being last at the end of the first lap.
Oh, Bottas has got him there. Yes.
And there we go.
Piss off, Bottas.
Perez just, I mean,
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
I think this is the thing, though, isn't it? Where the only
Including
thing that
Verstappen
matters...
swearing. That doesn't change either.
Oh, I find Leclerc's ugly when he doesn't get what he wants. But I don't blame them. I guess they really want it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's quite interesting. Hamilton and Bottas on hards and Verstappen and Perez on mediums. So it's going to be a leg push from the Red Bulls.
the only difference, obviously, is the length they've been on stint. I mean, Perez is 19 laps on those mediums now. Can he stay ahead of Norris?
Has Vettel pitted yet?
I don't think so. I don't know why they're keeping Vettel out for so long. Because he's just going to plummet down the order.
Do they think Vettel's Perez?
As Vettel's like being forgotten, just being taken over with him to Aston Martin as well. Like the Aston Martin team was just like, who's this vet guy? Why is he driving around in a green car?
Why have we got a vet? Why have we got a vet representing us?
Who ordered a vet? We don't need a vet.
Did Hamilton order a vet for Roscoe?
Yeah. Yeah, Vettel is the only driver not to have pit yet.
So how long are we thinking it takes in the pits? 25 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
It'd be interesting to see what the time gaps are then for Vettel as to where he could potentially come back out then.
How long can the mediums do though? Effectively, they can still do quite a long stint, can't they?
They can last for a while, I guess, but last at speed, not so much. I mean, Vettel's slowing cars up now, and he's been on them for, well, 19 laps, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine some team orders going to come through and say, just let Stroll through, and then pit the next lap after holding them up.
The thing is, he'll come out of the pits and he's going to be way down where he started. So
Stroll's pushing it now as they go on that final stretch before the pit stretch. So it'd be interesting to see if Vettel just lets him pass and then pits.
Oh, Perez is coming to the pits again.
No.
Uh-oh.
They put the hards on.
Yeah, Perez going to the end of the race then.
Yep. Well, that's interesting.
Vettel didn't pit.
Vettel's still out. Oh, he's about to get mugged. Oh, God, he's going to get supervised.
And there goes Stroll. And Ocon. Oh, no, Alonso, sorry.
Well done, Alonso. Good overtake. Oh, Vettel's going to fight back, though. Oh, he's got him. Fair play.
Is that Mercedes engine, that is?
Is he going to get the undercut, though? Ooh.
Ooh, Sainz in the mix as well.
Oh, he's fair play, Vettel, Managed to hold him off. Sainz is now sniffing for an overtake as well.
So Verstappen, Vettel is 0.2 ahead of Alonso. 4 seconds between Sainz and Raikkonen. So Vettel could come back out in like 16th, probably 17th, because Mick Schumacher's 17 seconds behind Latifi. Man, that Haas, it's going to be difficult.
I think it's so obvious Haas are clearly focusing on next year already, I feel.
Oh, well, definitely. Toaster Wolf, by the way, he's just given Bottas the order, hunt him down for Verstappen.
Whoa. Was it a Spitfire?
You know, it's a bit of a scary moment.
Presses a button on the wheel and suddenly turrets come out of it.
Do you not think it was a hologram for Toto Wolff saying "execute order"?
That's it. It's just come up on his dashboard.
That's how far ahead Mercedes are. They've got holograms now. They don't do team radio anymore.
Vettel's still out there. Alonso taking him on the first corner, and Sainz.
Those Sainz is going to take the advantage of this. It's going to get a bit close. There you go.
Down the Valtteri.
Go on, Sainz. Oh, Bell's going up the inside again. Oh.
It's nice to see Vettel up there, to be fair.
This is
a shocker of a year last year.
Vettel and Alonso next to each other is amazing.
That's it. They're having a good little scrap, to be fair.
It was close yesterday. It was close yesterday in Q1. That it was very close for Vettel and Alonso to go out. And I was thinking Vettel and Alonso going out in Q1. When does that happen? We've got Isaac saying Red Bull has clearly closed the gap, though, right? Maybe they've got a better second driver, but the race at the moment is going towards Mercedes. But we'll see.
Yeah, give it another 20 laps and we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may all work out, but at the moment it seems like Red Bull's strategy is bizarre.
I don't think they got to like 16, 17 laps and they went, shit, we've actually got a pit.
Yeah. Well, I think
this goes so well.
Came in and they did. It was over. There you go. Perez is now moving his way back up again. Past Vettel.
I know Perez likes to overtake, but he's already overtaken most of these now. He's having to do it again.
Yeah, he's pretty much overtaken everyone on the grid so far.
Massive gap forming between the top three now.
Yeah.
4 seconds between
big loss
Vettel.
Big loss at Vettel.
4 seconds between Verstappen and Hamilton. 3 seconds between Bottas and Verstappen. And 13 seconds between Bottas and Norris.
Vettel has to come in at the end of this lap. His tyres are cooked.
I think Red Bull had to capitalise a bit more while they were still on the softs, because I think Mercedes is just more. Even in testing, they wanted to go straight back on their medium or hard tyres. I think the car just looks more comfortable in that setup. So I think Red Bull probably should have done a bit more when they were on the softs. But
we're up to 556 subscribers, so thank you, folks. Let's try and get to 560 before the end of the race. Go on, click that button, you know you want to.
Before this race came on, I was watching the virtual Bathurst 12 hours.
The what? Say that again.
The virtual Bathurst 12 hours. It was quite good.
12 hours? Oh, God.
I mean, I didn't watch all 12. I watched about 4, but, you know.
I feel sorry for Charlotte. Harry, can we go outside for a walk? No. I'm watching this 12-hour race.
Yeah, not even a real one. It was not bloody Assetto Corsa.
Wasn't it? Oh God! It was a bit. Oh no!
It was a sim race.
I've noticed now there's been loads of bloody well Premier League games, and it's like people actually watching others to play FIFA. I just don't get it.
You see, like at least with sim racing, you're actually like driving a car. With FIFA, you're just
getting it. Yeah, we can all do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm dreadful at FIFA, but
this is my favourite comment so far. Google Homeboy says that is slower than a 1950s car. I think you're being generous there, mate. So is this the original Google owner? Google Homeboy? Are you the son of the Google owner? I'd like to know.
It's quite fun watching Kimi and Alonso scrap it out and just rubbish midfield machinery.
we have 4 world champions. Name one that's actually current.
I mean, to be fair, the Alfa Romeo is, I think, a fairly good package this year. They'll pick up points,
Yeah.
sort of, every other race or so.
I agree. I mean, I still call it Sauber, to be honest. I keep thinking it's
Well,
Sauber.
they're still Sauber. In my
Yeah.
heart, they're Sauber.
We do love. Google Homeboy says no, he is not. Damn. That would have been a good contact.
We could have gone up the order.
Only joking, Google Homeboy. Where are you from? Let us know. Where are you watching the race?
We're on page 10 now. We're on page 50.
Oh, crap. Anyone that gets to page 10, like, Googling something, you're desperate, aren't you?
I was like, what are you doing down there?
That's what I used to do when I tried to watch football for free. I'm in page 10, I'm not going to find it.
Oh, Vettel's just lost another spot to Tsunoda.
Yeah, I don't know why he's staying out.
Honestly,
Unless he thinks the car's good enough to climb back up the order, but Stroll's in 7th, and Sainz and Perez are not too far behind him.
Yeah.
Unless he wants the fresh tyres at the end when everyone else is off the cliff.
I mean, you could be banking on a safety car.
Is it possible to go medium, soft? I don't know.
I mean, I think so long as you use 2 different compounds, you're all right, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I just is it possible with so many people on hard tyres right now?
Yeah.
Softs will only do you about 10 laps, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if he did that, so I would think he's pushing these mediums as hard as possible, and then he's going to switch to the hards and go to the end of the race. Try to get to the end of the race.
Quite likely.
I want to know what's happened to Gasly. Why is he can't get past the Haas? What's going on?
He must have some
floor damage.
proper damage.
He must have floor damage after that front wing came off.
He's pitted in again since then. So, but yeah, I suspect his car's a bit broken. It's a shame Mazepin went out so early, because you could kind of gamble on that being a safety car later in the race. It's just like, it's all right. It's like lap 25. It's like, oh, Mazepin's still in the race. We kind of still gamble there may be a safety car at some point.
Vettel's pitted. Here he comes.
Oh, finally.
That's a long time coming, that one.
Perhaps they've had to order his tyres on Amazon. So they've had to wait till they get here.
What tyres has he got on? Mediums.
Oh,
Is
so
it?
he's going medium.
No, hards.
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
Hard, sorry.
And he's fucking 17th.
It didn't help that someone decided to put their hand on the halo and block it.
That's the easiest job of the pit crew, isn't it? There's just one guy that holds the halo.
Hold this in place, even though it's actually attached to the car.
Hey, listen, that's very hard. When I was on the university race team, it was my job to clean the windscreen during the pits, and I had that taken off me.
Oh God, no! Oh no!
It's not easy.
I'm just worried that literally by the time you're done, it's like I can't see a fucking thing.
What were you doing wrong? Were you wiping it the wrong way? Were you supposed to go horizontally? You're going vertically.
That's it. I wasn't quick enough. It was just like, yeah, give me that. I'll do it.
Oh no!
Did you say I'll hold the car roof so it doesn't
Yeah,
blow
that's
off?
it. I held the car steady.
Folks, if you're looking for a window cleaner, do not require Harry Wright services.
The thing is, in the first race, like I was on refueling, and obviously that was way too, that was too long. And I got eventually.
Were you Olivier Panis? Just went everywhere.
And that's it. I just got demoted to stand there and stay out of the way.
Did you not fill the? You didn't fill the car all the way up because you thought I can use this to get home.
That's it. It's like, why is this jug empty? It's like.
I don't know.
I know I've got a full
Alison,
tank of gas.
Alonso on the longest stint on mediums at the moment, 14 laps.
He's dropped down a bit. He was looking a bit racy, but everyone's kind of got past it.
Alessandro Fazio says, please win signs with lots of Zs in the text.
Well, the more Zs you add, the faster he goes.
Because he's zooming. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing. Every Z is an extra zoom.
Not falling asleep.
No.
Z.
I mean, I will say, at the moment, this race is kind of like, I was saying about being very, very excited, like it's Christmas, and it's like opening their presents and finding a lump of coal.
Yeah, have you changed your mind from the start of the race now, Harry?
I've decided F1's rubbish. And I'll never watch it.
Jack, remember, we're all like this every season at the start.
Yeah.
And then it's always at the end of the season we go, thank fuck it's over.
19 seconds now between Bottas and Norris, third and fourth. So it is
That's
basically between those top three who's going to win that race.
So much excitement, and at the end of the race, it's just going to be Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. It's like, why even bother? At least Perez is kind of making it interesting, seeing how far up he can go. He's just got past Stroll. He's up to 7th now.
Well, this is the thing, because like they have this thing on some of these Sky Sports like apps or whatever, where you can watch an individual driver, can't you, on board? And I bet sometimes that's probably more exciting than watching the actual feed. If you see someone do all the overtaking. I think I remember once someone told me that they watched the someone was able to watch the Raikkonen race for Abu Dhabi when he won in 2012, and they said it was just non-stop entertainment.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
That was a good race, that.
Gasly's overtaken Mick Schumacher.
Hey.
Oh, Gasly feels like a 7-time world champion all of a sudden.
That's it. The burn from the stern is on. Here he comes.
Gasly to win.
That's it. Verstappen, it says Verstappen's fat. To be fair to Verstappen, he's only 2 seconds behind Hamilton. He's keeping the pressure on. Ham went really wide then. Says he can't go any quicker. Music to every F1 fan's ears. Yeah, Verstappen's hunting him down, actually.
Is he only 1 lap or 2 lap tyres behind?
I think it's a few more. I think he did about 4 or 5 more laps.
He's on the mediums as well, so he's going to have to pit again.
Yeah. So effectively, he should be hunting him down with that.
Yeah.
He is catching him slowly but surely.
He'll just get there and he'll need to pit for hards.
Yep. Well, hopefully, if Perez can push his way up, that can stop, have Mercedes just pitting whenever they feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just 2 away from 560, so do subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, we do football and rugby and tennis as well for our watch-along, so do subscribe if you enjoy those.
Oh, here you go. Hamilton's just coming to the pits.
Ooh.
Has he? Oh.
Yeah.
And they were on hard tyres.
Yeah.
What are they putting on? A new set of hards. Interesting.
So where's he going to come out with 25 seconds? Just
Um,
past Leclerc?
No, he'll come out ahead of Norris. Norris is 27 seconds behind.
Right.
I think Mercedes really spooked themselves there. I don't think they need to do that.
Depends. I think because now he might be able to go to the end of the race on these.
Yes.
And they've already seen Verstappen close the gap up anyway.
Well,
of course, he's on mediums.
Yeah, he's in a bit of clear air though.
The only thing that would worry me
right
about
now.
that, though, is that they haven't really done much on that hard tyre. So if they're gambling on going to the rest of the race on this next set...
Well, yeah.
Bit of a slow stop for Stroll there.
Well, we've got a question from Ben Finley saying, do you think if Red Bull had better strategy, Verstappen would be winning? I think that's...
Well, he's top at the minute.
He's winning right now.
Yeah, he's winning right now.
I wonder if that comment was before, maybe, I'm not sure.
It's
too early to call, really.
They've done a
honestly,
Ferrari,
I'm
haven't
not
they?
sure.
They've done a bit of a Ferrari strategy. Like,
Vettel's having a
Ferrari
good
seem to have
scrap
like the
with
worst.
Ferrari don't know what strategy even is. What's strategy? Just tell them
They
pizza.
just put Leclerc in the car and tell him to drive fast. Because
Whenever Bonotto's around, you have no idea.
I think this is going to go down to the wire. I think because Hamilton's only 15 seconds behind, so Red Bull can't pit.
And 15
se.
seconds isn't a lot.
But
It's not.
He's 20 seconds behind, Verstappen overall. So
Yeah,
it's more than enough time for him to retake the lead.
Oh yeah, and he's on fresh tyres. I know they're hard tyres, but fresh tyres, so he can go a bit faster than he has been.
I love how Vettel is just like fighting Latifi, and I think he's like, for fuck's sake, I was battling you last year. Why am I still down there?
I think it is good to see the Williams actually fighting a bit more. I know they're still in the bottom 10, Conor, but at least for George Russell, he can at least say he can finish above 2 Haas cars, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for them to. Well, I think they did get a point in the end last season, didn't they? Because of some disqualifications for the Alfa Romeo drivers in one of the races.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Latifi got points.
2019 Williams got points.
Yeah.
They didn't get any last year though.
So I remember a couple of years ago making a prediction that Williams would get points by like the 4th race in, and he never did. So,
Oh no.
But yeah, Russell, man. I mean, it was only last season in Bahrain that we saw what he could do in a top quality car.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for a really poor pit stop, he might have got his first podium in Formula One. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with him, especially after this season. And
Bottas having a very, very slow stop. It's a disaster.
Oh no, Bottas!
He's
Classic
still
Valtteri.
Oh, why is it always him? He's got the
Well, that's a
Balotelli shirt on under his kit, saying, "Why always me?"
He might. I think he'll. No, Norris has passed him.
Wow.
Oh, Leclerc's passed him. Oh, that's a disaster. Bottas is just.
They just do it dirty, don't they? There's something about it.
They just know
dirty.
how to screw Bottas so hard.
Honestly.
this could open the door now for either McLaren or Ferrari to get a podium.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, Norris is third.
And Norris got podium in the first race last season. Let's not forget.
Ricciardo pushing pressure on Bottas now as well.
I didn't know
Well,
Oracle were a
that's-
sponsor of Red Bull. Huh. Only just
What
noticed that.
happened here? Well, they couldn't get the front right off. And then
11
they put the
seconds
car
he
back
was
down.
safe.
He's like, pick the car up, please. Not the wheel off yet. Ah, disaster. 10 seconds, 11 seconds stop almost.
I bet Bottas is thinking, well, next year.
So
Bottas 11.0.
What are we on 8.0? I'm so confused.
Oh, God.
Perez has pitted twice now as well. So with that Bottas mess up in the pit stop, and I'm not too sure how many seconds he's behind overall.
He's about 3 seconds behind, I think.
So
Is that overall? No, is that to the leader? No, I think
to the
that's-
leader? That is.
So he's about what, 3-4 seconds behind?
Yeah. So it could be a late push from Perez if he times it right to get a podium.
Well, he's gaining on Ricciardo. Oh, he's going to pass him. There we go. He's got Ricciardo into T1.
They never seem to have like an issue with Hamilton. I always think they've got like some interim guy doing the pit stops for Valtteri.
I know we always laugh at, like
He's a
Hamilton.
newbie.
Do you think it's Guy Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we always laugh at Hamilton's hashtag blessed, but it's clearly true.
I just remember it's always at the start of the season these days. It's the equivalent of can England win the Euros or the World Cup, but it's with Bottas, isn't it? It's can Bottas win the World Championship? No.
Yeah, Perez is not far behind Bottas.
Just as we talk about Bottas, Isaac's just asked, can anyone see Bottas winning the championship at Mercedes? I'm sure it's 4
Not with his
no's
luck.
from us lot.
Not
No,
unless
no.
not unless Hamilton's not driving for Mercedes. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you'll have to wait until either. Well, it'll probably the two I think it'll be between is is George Russell and Esteban Ocon, depending on how it goes for him at Alpine.
That's interesting. There you go. Leclerc's just come in, so Bottas is up to 4th. Oh, and Ricciardo's in too. So Perez is up to 5th now.
It's happening, lads. World Championship, World Champion 2021.
I don't want to see Mick Schumacher out, but I think we need the Haas to drop it somewhere to get a safety car. I don't want to see Schumacher out, but I think something needs to happen.
Why didn't they just give the seat to Robert Kubica at the end? He was used to being at the back.
It's like, Mick, I know you're talented, but I just need you to drop it in the first corner or something.
Just so long as you crash after Mazepin's crashed.
Yeah.
Fine.
Do you not think he'll actually be someone from Chase Carey saying, Mick, it's Chase here? I know he doesn't run F1 anymore, but he might just come out of nowhere, out of retirement. Who was it who said that? Was it Toto who said it's Toto here? Or
no, Valtteri, it's James, isn't
Valtteri, it's James.
When anyone speaks like that, you're just worried something's bad's going to happen.
Oh, Alonso's
They
retired.
are retiring Alonso.
No! He's retiring for the second time of his career. Oh, you mean the race? Sorry, I thought.
Yeah.
That's it. He's retiring. He's driven one race and he's done.
He's had enough.
Oh, here we go. Norris is probably going to come in now, I think. Yep, there he is.
Going on the hard tyres, Norris. So this is a push for Norris to get to...
Not the quickest stop for Norris.
Yeah, and away he goes.
Sainz up to 5th.
We've reached 560 subscribers. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's try and get to 570 now. No, appreciate it, folks. Thank you very much.
Oh, Tsunoda's in, I think.
Yeah, Snow's going in. Sainz still to pit again. Verstappen's still to pit again.
Well, hey, Russell's in the points.
Russell's in the points.
How long will he be there for?
Just until he pits.
Damn it!
Don't ruin it, Conor. Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin it for me.
Don't pit. Technically, Conor said you won't go out the points if you don't pit, and you just see a load of bunch of Formula 1 cars going really slowly.
Have you seen Perez's time management? Just do it, George. You've got it.
Yeah. 6 seconds between Bottas and Perez, 3rd and 4th.
I don't know why Alonso's retired. I think he's just decided he's bored.
They told him the next flight is in about 20 minutes.
He's never going to say that, but I imagine teams just do that. Like, they have some code words, like, just come in and save the engine and all that stuff.
Well, Damon Hill's final race of his career, he just parked the car halfway through the race, completely healthy. Just thought, fuck it, I'm retiring anyway. What's another 30 laps?
Fair enough.
Like, why is Gasly still out there? It's like he's not.
It's
not happening.
I suppose if nothing else, they can just treat this as an extended test session. Feel a bit sorry for Mick. He's having a very quiet race at the moment.
I think the only reason he's still out there is just he's waiting for a safety car just to try and get back in there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 17 seconds behind Latifi.
This is why I miss Magnussen and Grosjean. Just when you need a safety car.
Kevin just would have dived it down turn 1.
Yeah, exactly.
No regrets.
Kevin, it's Chase.
Oh, the gap's increasing between Bottas and Perez.
No!
7.7 seconds, 8 seconds. Thanks.
Make sure it goes lower.
This is fairly representative of what this season's going to be like. 'Cause you got Hamilton, well, you got Mercedes and Red Bull at the top, and then I think Ferrari and McLaren will be the battle for third, and then it's going to be sort of
Everyone else.
and then kind of Williams and.
It's just so surprising that Aston Martin's underperforming, really, in this race. Thought they would be doing a bit better.
I don't know why they've lost so much pace, to be honest, but
Because they haven't got much pink on it.
yeah, that's it. They go
They
past the
need
pink. The
pink.
green,
We need pink.
green looks nice, but it's too heavy.
We've got Hussein Fatty saying no, no, no. Are you repeating Jim off Vicar of Dipley?
Sonoda's just passed battle just to prove the point that. Well, Russell's having a good battle with Raikkonen now. He's making his Williams very wide.
Ooh, contact!
Right in the middle.
Safety car, Conor, please.
No, contact between Raikkonen and Williams then. Russell's Williams.
Well, Russell's now out and is about to be destroyed by Tsunoda.
Yeah, Raikkonen just went, I'm a world champion, Russell. Like, calm down.
There's a difference.
Did you see that video of them when they were giving their reasons as to why they have their driver numbers? And they asked Kimi why. Like all the others were like, "Oh, this is the story why," and I've had it since karting. And then they asked Kimi why he's got his number. And he just went, "Well, I had to pick a number, didn't I?" Just like great.
I'm not even sure. Is it 7? Is his number 7?
7, yeah.
Here we go. Here's an interesting battle approaching between George Russell and Esteban Ocon. It's the battle we wanted.
For 13th place.
Yes.
Oh, never mind, he's just
battle
going to the pit.
And in the pits he goes. That's over.
We haven't even got that battle.
Give me the battle I want to see.
Hamilton's moaning over the radio about something probably very uninteresting.
Apple Cores put Alonso retired. Not a very good first race for the young driver.
Alonso's still got 20 years left in the sport.
That's it.
We've got Hussein Fatty with the comment, Iran with a sad face. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. There's no Iranian drivers in F1 as far as I'm aware. Unless we're waiting for the Iranian Grand Prix.
Just a few years away, I'm sure.
I won't put it past them. I think there was rumours of South Africa getting one again.
Oh, Ferrari is getting ready for a pit. It is Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
They obviously decided he was beating Leclerc. That just won't do. So
I do think, guys, because Murray Walker sadly passed away recently, do we have to pay tribute to the F1 2001 game and go, and there was a crash there for Carlos Sainz?
it's like, oh, terrible luck for Heinz Harold Frentzen.
It was a good soundtrack, that game, I remember.
Oh, very good. Good
Very
game.
good.
Very hard.
What was it I found the other day? Here it
Tsunoda's
is.
getting very racy with Raikkonen.
Oh, Kimi won't like that.
This was my first ever F1 game, F1 98.
Whoa.
Oh, classic.
I love
the
it how
car.
you can still. I love how the sticker marks are there when I took the price off ages ago. Couldn't get it off.
How much was it? How much did it cost?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a price on it anymore. But look at the back.
Wall.
You've got Murray Walker and a young Martin Bundle on the back of the case.
Wow.
Oh, very good.
When people say to you, Martin Bundle was an F1 racer, you go, was he? I remember him
Martin
as the guy who
Brundle's got a
walked
few-
around the grid.
He's got a few good F1 records. He's,
Yeah.
Most laps led without. Most races without ever leading a lap. most podiums without winning a race, I think.
Perez in the pits again.
Indeed.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah. So I guess that's it. That's it for the top 3 now.
I'm not.
On the mediums.
A Red Bull just using up all their set.
There we go.
Norris, Leclerc, and Ricciardo all get out ahead of him.
Well, apparently Verstappen's coming in as well this lap.
So Mercedes won too.
As we all predict. Perez is now racing Stroll. Ooh. I think he should just punt him off and just be like, you kicked me out of my seat. There you go, Verstappen's in the pits.
13 seconds between Hamilton and Verstappen as he enters the pit.
It's a bit of a disaster because Perez has been passed by Stroll, which
He
he
should.
good at.
Yeah, good pit stop for Verstappen. He should still get out ahead of Bottas comfortably.
Yeah, Bottas just final corner now.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and comfortable, but 16 laps to go. Is there enough time for him to close the gap back up to Hamilton?
What we need now is a safety car.
Yes.
I'm sure that's the 8th time we've said that.
Nick, it's Stefano on the phone.
I'm looking towards the bottom of the grid. I'm thinking, come on, guys. One of you has to lose concentration. You're not doing anything.
Gasly must be bored. Surely he could just like drop it in one of the corners.
That's it.
Do you think if you do a favour for Stefano, he'll give you a slice of his pizza?
There you go. Perez is going to repass Stroll. Lost a bit of time there, but
I bet Bottas sees that 1.9 seconds stop for Verstappen and he's on 10.7.
I mean, in all fairness, it's not really done him any damage because he's fallen from 3rd place to 3rd place.
Rusty Leaf says Verstappen pits finally. Applecore has just said with some of the colourful places we're going to North Korea Grand Prix. I'd very much like to see that. I was expecting a minefield, and whoever makes it basically gets a cookie at the end of the race.
I think Tsunoda's. Is that Tsunoda? Tsunoda and Gasly, their helmets are too similar. It's very annoying. Yeah, Latifi and Gasly are having a bit of a fight, but obviously for 16th.
Christ.
I think Norris must be, and I'm tempting fate here, but must be pretty comfortable for 4th place at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Norris finishes 4th. It'll be a great race for him.
4th or 5th, you know.
Or 3rd.
I think both McLarens are in a good spot, aren't they? So.
Shame about Gasly.
Yeah, he's not really made. He must have had damage or something because he's just not moved up the field at all.
Because the AlphaTauri, I think it suited the circuit.
Yeah.
Tsunoda's in the points. He's got 1, but
I think it's better than none.
Hey, it's more than Williams.
yeah.
And you'd think, looking at the cars behind him, Tsunoda could probably hold on to that position.
Yeah. Ferrari, to be honest, Ferrari have surprised me in the fact that they've held on to the positions that they're in. Because from what we've seen, like testing was okay, and they got a bit better from last year. And qualifying, obviously, they came through in Q2 with them softs and went top, but it wasn't sure if it would last throughout the race. So to be still in like that 5th and 9th positions is pretty good for the teams.
That's it. I think they're definitely sort of joint third quickest with McLaren. I think McLaren obviously have the engine advantage, but Ferrari, I think if they had their same engine they had in 2019, they'd easily be up there, but they're not quite there yet.
No. Is Verstappen going to catch Hamilton then? What?
He set fastest lap, but
I'd love to see it happen, because we haven't seen it in a long time, have we, folks? Hamilton actually getting overtaken to lose the race late on.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, because we need to see a challenger, don't we?
well, Lewis Hamilton's just broken an F1 record apparently for the most laps ever led.
Wow. How many is that? have they said?
5,112.
Wow.
Was that Schumacher, I'm guessing, wasn't it?
Must have been, yeah.
Wonder what it's like to be Schumacher, just seeing everything being beaten by Hamilton now in terms of all your records. I think it's fair to say. Go on, Harry.
I was just going to say, I just can't imagine. I can't see Verstappen. He's gaining on him, but it's like 12 laps. You can't
think he
go
can
flat
do it.
out for 12 laps. You can't go flat out for 12 laps.
No. Come on, Verstappen. I'll put my Dutch top back on in belief this will change everything.
There's an extra 5 brake horsepower with this top. Even Perez has slowed down a little, really.
I love how there's a cameraman right behind Toto Wolff. It's just
He's
taking
like,
a photo. He's like, can you do
just
my right shoulder is my best side. Can you do that for
Just
me?
look at Toto at all times.
Oh.
Alpacor has said 5 seconds, 12 laps, question mark, maybe, question mark.
Yeah, he's
Question mark.
closing
I hope
the gap,
so.
but
I'll tell you
I
what,
just
it'd be,
don't know if it's quick enough.
it would certainly.
Hamilton needs to get stuck in traffic or something. And
George Russell's got in that Mercedes contract now because he's in between Hamilton and Verstappen. So
Yes.
That's it. He's going to make that Williams very wide again.
it's like, oh, suddenly the Williams chassis's gone and turned itself into a black chassis. And it turns out it's a third Mercedes car on the track.
That's it. Just the paint just peels off.
Just
Mercedes
peels
all-
off. Son of a Mercedes.
Perez up to 6th now.
I wonder if Toto Wolff's got Christian Horner's right leg at the moment, just tipping it up and down, hoping that it doesn't. It does go his way. We always remember the Horner right foot just always going up and down when they're leading the last few laps.
I think reliability's been pretty good as well. Usually in the first race, what year was that when almost all the cars were tired in the
Was that
first race?
2018?
Oh, there's been a crash. Who's hit each other? It's an Alpine and it's the Mercedes.
Oh,
Oh, no,
what?
no sight. False alarm.
Oh,
It's an Aston.
Harry, you're giving me a heart attack.
it would have been Bottas.
Technically, it was a Mercedes. It was just a Mercedes engine
It was
in the car
Vettel.
of an Aston Martin.
It was Vettel getting punted by Ocon or vice versa. That looked a bit wheel to wheel. Oh, Vettel's got a tiny bit of damage. I think it was some wheel to wheel contact or something.
Front wing damage.
Safety car. Come on.
He'll
He's going to
pay.
hit him harder.
That's it. Come on, Ocon. You could have done better there with Vettel.
Where's
What happened?
Grosjean? We need
Oh,
him.
Oh,
Replay.
Vettel just ploughed into the back of him. Well, that's a bit embarrassing.
Oh dear.
Come breaking to
Sorry, Vettel. He did not change his line. You changed your line and ran into the back of him. That's on Vettel. That is all
Yeah,
on Vettel.
100 on Vettel. Ocon at the corner. He was turning in already, and Vettel just goes into the back of him.
Yeah. I can't. He'll probably get some more penalty points for that. Oh, this has been a nightmare debut for Vettel.
That Alpha just swoops in and goes past. It was either Raikkonen or Giovinazzi.
That's a tragedy for Vettel. Oh.
Didn't think I'd say that. Didn't think I'd say Vettel would finish outside the points in his first race for Aston Martin.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think so going into it, but there you go. Sainz is going for Stroll now. Is he going to compound Aston Martin's misery?
I thought you just said he's going for a stroll.
That's it. He's just going for it. He is.
Just got out of his car. It's hard enough.
Gone solid. I'm going for a walk. Verstappen's got it down to 4 seconds, but it's taken him like 3 laps to do that.
Yeah.
We need Hamilton to run over one of the debris left.
Sorry, Crofty just delivered one of the absolute best lines I've ever heard. It's like, we've lost Alonso to suspected brake problems and lost Nikita Mazepin to suspected crashing out problems. Oh, brutal. So
11 laps to go.
Just about. He's side by side. He's not past him. So he's got him now.
Oh, I'm looking at it at 3.9 tenths of a second for Verstappen.
10 laps to go. It's possible, I think.
I think he can do it.
But he can catch up to him, sure. He's got to get past him as well. I don't think he can do that.
I mean, this is the thing. Hamilton's so good at that, and it's to go up against someone who's normally beaten most drivers to do that. I mean, that's the only thing I've hated about Hamilton winning all these world championships, is that we've not really seen a challenger. We've just seen a Mercedes. You know, there's nothing wrong in a dominance, but for fans, we want to see 2 cars going at it at least. Compared to MotoGP, at least in MotoGP, you don't know until the final lap. It's Valentino Rossi's last season, isn't it, Harry? From what they're saying.
Is it actually?
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, he's had a good run of like 25 years.
Under 3 seconds now.
Oh, come on, lad. Go on, Maxim. Come on.
So striking distance in 5 laps. So could be an interesting.
What we're going to see here is Verstappen get very angry about not getting past. He takes them both out and Bottas wins.
And then says, to whom it may concern, bugger off.
Norris, another podium.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Raikkonen and Bottas going into each other so Perez could get a podium in Russia. That was a beautiful, beautiful end of a race.
Well, Verstappen should get a nice healthy toe off both Ocon and Vettel now. Ocon might decide to take his revenge now. Oh, he is. He's going for the overtake. He's going to say, this is how it's done.
Only
Well, that's
Ocon.
brave. He's pulled in front of him again. Imagine if he just punted him off again. That asked him, Vettel's just not having a happy time. He looked quite slidey coming out of turn 1.
Now, Verstappen's got to get past Ocon.
There you go, past him now. He's 2.5 seconds behind Hamilton. 2.6.
I laugh if they did like Fergie time for F1. So like Christian
Plus
gets
1
on the
lap,
blower
plus 2
to
laps.
Stefano, and he just adds a couple of laps on the end.
You just see him in the pit lane going like this.
Yeah, Toto Wolff, yeah.
We've now gone to 59 laps.
I was watching United women's game yesterday, and because the scoreboard didn't add the added time, no one knew how much added time there was. So it got to like 98 minutes, and everyone was like, "When does it finish?"
Well, in the British touring cars, they add laps on for laps behind the safety car, so it's like basically is like extra time. I think they should do that with F1. It's like because they lost a lap because of Perez, and they lost another lap because of a few laps because of Mazepin.
Yeah.
There should be like a 60-lap race, really.
Do you think they have a fear of, if they ever did bring that in, do you think it's just the fear of going over the 2-hour slot?
Well, the 2 hours, but also they probably run out of fuel,
Yeah.
which I think would make it more interesting.
In Formula E terms, they'd worry it'd run out of battery.
Indeed. Oh, he is gaining. It's 2.3 now. He's catching him.
Whoa.
Maybe if you can put the pressure on, make Hamilton make a mistake or something.
This would be some statement from Verstappen if he can win this.
Oh yeah.
Cyprian has already given up on the season. He says, "Yo, I'm not watching the rest of the season." Calm down, Cyprian. The first race hasn't been done. We don't know who's won yet.
Got Imola next.
Yeah, it's not for another 3 weeks, though, is it?
Is it? I thought it was 2. Oh, it might be 3.
Oh,
April
don't be
18th,
3
I think.
weeks. Oh.
I think it's a bit weird the first few races. There's like at least 2-week gaps for most of them, and then they put the European races a bit closer.
Cooking in for some dairy milk.
Yeah, Imola's on the 18th of April.
And then it's is it
And then
Portugal?
Portuguese Grand Prix on the 2nd of May. So we'll only have 3 races done by the first weekend of May.
And I love it how, because the season was late last time, they made sure they probably did 4 races in 3 weeks. I liked it last year though, where they announced the races during the season. I quite like that. I would love it if they did it like that again, but no.
That'd be more fun, yeah. Just like it's like April, and you're like, oh, I wonder when they're going to announce the British Grand Prix. It's like the British Grand Prix at Alton Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to do it a little bit differently. They couldn't just say in the last race is Abu Dhabi. Oh, great.
And then people say we've had leaked photos of Herman Tilke at the Circuit of Wales. Oh, what? Yeah, that's right. Welsh Grand Prix, August 29th.
No one can overtake.
Yeah. And the corners are not corners. Oh, and they've got one of the Mercedes engineers. He's shaking his feet. I think that might be Allison.
You know, I think I may have spoke too soon. Verstappen is getting close to Hamilton now.
Yeah, 1.6.
I've saved the clip, Harry.
Damn it. Delete that.
You have to come get me.
I know where you live.
Shit, he does. He does as well. Cyprian, I hope you haven't left yet because it's looking very close. 6 laps to go. And the F1's asking vote driver of the day. I don't know how you can vote yet because I think whoever wins this race, I think, should be driver of the day.
Yeah, I think
May spin.
I think if Verstappen wins, it should go to him. But other good drivers today, I think Norris has done great in 4th.
Yeah,
and I think
he has done well.
if Yuki Tsunoda is able to finish in 10th and get his first Formula 1 point on his debut as well.
It's pretty impressive. And ahead of Gasly.
After only a season, I think it was. Only 1 season in F2. Pretty great.
Absolutely. Red Bull are nervous in
the
garage.
8 seconds. He's 8 seconds ahead of Raikkonen, which is pretty incredible.
It should be fine.
Should get it. We've all said that before, though, about Honda engines.
Yeah, can you imagine if Verstappen gives up now?
Well,
we're that close.
Let's not forget Australia 2006 with Jenson Button.
I was going to say, just the classic Jenson Button style. Just finish line.
That car was so good, and then it just didn't want to do a full race. That's what was so annoying.
Oh, hell, it's gone wide. It's gone well wide.
What?
Ah!
Lock up.
He skated really wide. Oh, Verstappen's on him now.
Go on, Max.
Oh, under a second.
He's gonna get DRS on that straight.
I love how we're all like British, but we all want someone else to win.
Wait, what do you? I'm Dutch. I'm Dutch.
Oh,
Jack.
sorry,
I'm
Jamie.
from
Sorry.
Amsterdam.
I just want a good race.
Yeah.
He'll have DRS now. Oh, Mick Schumacher's just overtaken Latifi.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, he was looking at it then.
Oh, he's got to get him now, surely.
Yeah, here we go. Coming up to turn 5.
Not quite.
Wonder what made
Russell's
Hamilton
actually
go
just
off
passed
there.
this battle as well.
I think he
I like
just
this nose cam. This is fun.
late on the brakes, maybe.
Hamilton's not used to seeing a car behind him, is he? Here's a thought. We remember Schumacher in 2006 in that Bahrain race, the first race, and Alonso got that overtake late on, and this was all the changing tradition, wasn't it? Of Schumacher, you're not the best anymore. I'm not saying Hamilton isn't, but surely Verstappen. I'm not sure.
Perez
if
just got past Leclerc, by the way.
Of course he did.
Oh no,
World
he just got
champion
repast.
2021.
Oh, take it back, Jamie.
Yeah. Undo. Oh no, he's passed him again.
I've saved the
Okay.
clip.
Redo.
Undelete the clip.
Redo.
Here we go. This will be it, surely. Hamilton reckons he's got no rear.
What, his arse?
Here comes Max Verstappen. His arse is gone. Ooh. He's going to try and get the cut back through turn 2. Oh, you'll have to get him into turn 4 now.
Come on, Max, we haven't got all day.
There's a car in the
We've
way.
only got 4 laps.
He's going to go around the outside. Oh, it's close. Is he going?
Crash.
Oh, he's
crash.
gone wide. He's done it. He's gone off the track to do it, but he's got him.
Nice.
Hamilton will be immediately on the radio moaning about that one.
Yeah. He'll be saying, why the fuck's he there?
I'm the sir, you know.
That's it. Max
I forgot
Verstappen
about
now
that.
just given a 5-second penalty.
I always find it weird how all these athletes get knighthoods, but no one ever references them that, like Mo Farah or Andy Murray.
Oh, Verstappen's given him the place back,
Oh,
Yeah, because
what?
he went wide on
Yeah.
turn 6.
but he's racing him again. He's back on him again, though.
He's like, I'll let you through, but I'm coming straight at you.
That's it. He just put the foot down the second he went past him again. Oh, Verstappen, big slide. Oh, Verstappen's absolutely furious.
Yeah, that might be enough now.
I think that might have been it. That was the chance, I think.
Depends what this time gap is on the next lap.
The Red Bull's looking very slidey now. I think his tyres have finally given up.
What's the time gap? Show me the
Just
time gap.
don't think he's got enough.
Five, 0.5.
It's half a second, but I just don't. I think that was it. I think he's that slide last lap.
Depends. It could get
Oh,
him
he's
off
back
to
on- he
the
is back on, to
hairpin.
be fair.
Yeah, could get him on
He's just got to keep a cool
Mhm.
head.
the sector 2 straight. I think it is.
So it was a great message to Bottas then. Just like they're fighting at the front. There may be a position. You reckon? He
What,
reckons
15
Verstappen-
seconds behind.
Yeah, well, he reckons one of them's going to pin it, obviously. Yeah, no, he's dropping off the back of him.
He
Don't
needs-
think he'll have the RS.
Got 2 laps.
But Verstappen at this moment in time, he'll get a bonus point.
He will do.
That is very handy.
What if they just decide to pit Norris now because he's 27 seconds behind? Like, go for fastest lap.
Oh,
To be honest, they could make Bottas do that.
Yeah, but he could lose position to Norris.
Oh, Bottas is going for it. He's going into the pits. That's the point. Like, if
Oh yeah,
if he has a
Bottas is doing
rubbish
it.
stop
Bottas
now-
is doing it.
I was going to say, Bottas should do it. Then.
Yeah, here we go. Here comes the
he's
stop.
had he's had a good
yeah.
stop.
Oh, he's got
lap-
mediums.
Norris comes out in front of him now.
They must think medium's a good tyre then. Or
Yeah, well, he's just going to go for the fastest lap, isn't he?
yeah.
I'm a bit late now, folks, because I've just
Come on,
found
Norris.
another stream that's exactly
Well, I
on
want to see
time.
Norris close the gap and then like zoom past him and get third. That'd be nice.
Norris is 6 seconds behind Bottas now, so
So Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. Bottas still third, so yeah, it looks as though he could get that fastest lap. 1 lap to go. Can he do it?
He's just not close enough.
Nah, I don't think he's going to do it now. I think he's going to rely on a mistake.
Unless
here.
his last lap is absolutely mega, his final corner is mega. He loses too much time out of those last 2 corners.
But surely, I mean, I think whatever happens, this is still a statement, isn't it? Because they're a lot closer
Yeah, definitely.
in this race.
Well, this is very much a Mercedes track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speedy. On high downforce, I think Mercedes are in real trouble. He's got to do it into turn 4 now. Come on, Max, bin it or win it. Check
Yeah,
his
just
all
think if
records.
they both bin it, it's Bottas, Norris, Perez.
Yes,
That's it.
yes, come
You-
on.
you
No.
Crash into him.
Sonoda's
Come on, Bottas.
half a second behind Stroll for 9th. That'd be
Come
nice.
on, Verstappen.
Oh,
If this was the British touring cars, on the last corner, he'd just send it up the inside, no matter how far back he was.
and we need Ben Edwards for that.
Yeah.
Christian
That's just
Horner
easy.
watching on.
He's close, but just not close enough.
I'll tell you what, this is exactly the challenge Hamilton wants. I feel he'll relish this
He'll
even
relish
more.
this, to be fair. He can't make a mistake now, but Verstappen's right on him. But
All it takes is a little moment.
promise, he just has it's round that corner there that he just loses the time.
It's now on turn 11. And Toto Wolff can't watch. His hands are above his head. He's stressed.
Oh, send it.
He's looking. Nah, that's it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it. Turn 14 and he's done it. Lewis Hamilton defends his lead and he, of course, stays ahead in the
Toto's
championship.
absolutely going bananas. He's just like, fuck you, Horner.
I think this is the first time Lewis Hamilton's won the opening race of the season for a couple of years now.
Yeah, because he didn't win it last year, did he? And all the
He
year
didn't
before.
win it in Austria. Bottas won it. Bottas won that
2015
Australia race.
2015, they were saying,
Yeah.
which I think is incredible.
Wow. So that means Hamilton could finish second this year. It's always the one who. It's fireworks galore for Mercedes, and it's business as usual.
Bottas
but
got fastest
this-
lap as well.
But fastest lap for Verstappen. But it's business as usual for Mercedes. But we have seen a more closer race for sure. The 2 cars at the top going for it at the end there, which was absolutely refreshing to see. And as we just see the replay now, Verstappen did go off the track, and there's Horner and Adrian Newey celebrating at the time, but now they'll be wanting some sleeping tablets and want to get over today. Thought they won the race, but they haven't. But yeah, what a result that is for Mercedes. Not only did Hamilton get on the podium, so did Bottas, and then Lando Norris, well done to him. Another top high position. He finished on the podium in the first race last year, but at least he can get 4th this time. Perez 5th, Leclerc 6th, Ricciardo. Actually, Valtteri Bottas did get fastest lap, so that means he's got the bonus point, which just shows Conor that pit stop was worth it at the end.
Yeah, definitely was. So when it comes to the constructors at the end of the year, given how well Red Bull have performed today, with Perez having to start from the pit lane, managed to climb all the way back up to 5th, Verstappen putting the hunting on Hamilton right until the bitter end, that point come the end of the season by Bottas for the fastest lap could be very the deciding factor as to who wins the constructors come the end of it. So a job well done by Hamilton, and Verstappen, good drive by him as well. He'd be very unfortunate not to finish first after a great drive by him. And Bottas finishes off that top three.
Quickly mention that Tsunoda did get his first points. He finished 9th at the end. So what a result for him in his first ever F1 race for AlphaTauri and his F1 career. Carlos Sainz 8th and Lance Stroll 10th to finish the points. But Harry, I think it was just so refreshing. Just what we saw at the end there. Just two cars going for it, which that is real racing, isn't it? It's like the Rosberg and Hamilton race of 2014 at the end there.
Yeah, well, it reminded me a bit, well, you say of that, but also Hungary, I think 2019, when Hamilton hunted Verstappen down all the way and did actually beat him on that day. Having two drivers far and away ahead of everyone else. I mean, Bottas, how far behind was he in the end? Like fifth? Well, he pit in, so it was a little bit further back, but he was miles away. And he's in, a race-winning car. So it really is, this season again, it's just going to be dominated by these two drivers. And hopefully it's going to be a titanic battle. I don't want to see Verstappen, fall short, try his best, but fall short. I actually want to see him actually bring it to Hamilton and give him a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack, what were your thoughts on that race? I mean, I think for Red Bull, they will see that as maybe a missed opportunity because of how well they did in practice and qualifying.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, great for Mercedes for the fact that Hamilton winning there, and I think Toto Wolff actually looked somewhat surprised in the sense that they actually got the victory. He looked ecstatic, and normally they're comfortable in their wins. So he looked extremely happy to get the result. Great drive by Max. I think Sergio Perez obviously dropped away a little bit at the end, but he did pit 3 times, so he had a lot of drivers to re-overtake. But yeah, I think we might have to look at the strategy, because obviously Harry mentioned it and Conor when they first did it, that maybe it was a bit too late for Verstappen in his first stop. So it might be that Red Bull look to regret that at the when they go through the review at the end of today. But obviously, great battle at the end. It's been a while since we've seen a sort of battle where it's just under a second as they cross the line. So, as much as it is still Hamilton winning races, as a lot of people would say, as per usual, but we did see something at the end where, it looks more of a closer battle. And obviously Bottas was far and away behind them. But yeah, just to get that cheeky 1 point for the fastest lap obviously helps his cause as well.
I think as well, I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but the clear statement by Red Bull today, even though they didn't win, it was a clear statement that they're going to bring it to Mercedes throughout the season. Not only just Verstappen finishing second, but the fact that Perez was managed to turn around a technical failure on the formation lap and starting in the pit lane, and he's turned it into points with a 5th place finish with 3 stops as well is a great drive by him, and a great recruitment by Red Bull to push on now and try and get a constructors title.
Well, that's
with
it.
These two drivers.
I mean, that's it. It's exactly Perez has shown today that they can rely on him, even when the challenge is big on him. It was a very, very good drive by Perez today. I wouldn't be surprised if he was given driver of the day. But as I mentioned, obviously if Verstappen had won, it would have been he should have been given it. And Norris has done well today, and Yuki Tsunoda in his first Formula One race getting points. So there's been a lot of good performances on the track today. Bottas pats on the back of Hamilton for like the 58th time ever to say, yep, you've won again. What do I have to do to beat you, you prick? Anyway, Harry is wearing the McLaren cap. Of course, he's representing McLaren. He's got big investment in the team. Harry, how do you feel about Lando Norris?
Well, I'm delighted, obviously, and feel quite vindicated. I remember seeing various comments. I think people expected Ricciardo to quite comfortably beat Norris, and maybe later in the season he will, but I think people underrate Norris quite a lot. because he is sort of McLaren's golden child. Sort of he is to McLaren what Stroll is to Aston Martin almost. So I think people kind of just don't not necessarily write him off, but just underappreciate how good he actually is. So yeah, he had an excellent race there, and you know, fourth place is that's the best you can hope for really in F1 these days if you're not in a Mercedes or called Max Verstappen. So yeah, I think driver of the day personally I would have given to him. I mean, I know Perez had a good recovery drive, but Norris didn't put a foot wrong, was quick all afternoon, and yeah, fourth place, much deserved.
It makes you think as well, you know, the fact that Norris was the best of the rest. What could he do in a Red Bull or a Mercedes, you know?
Well, exactly, and it's not like it's a fluke. I mean, I've seen him finish fourth at least a few times. He finished third, you know, once. He usually finishes in the top 6, top 7 or so. So, yeah, that Mercedes, that McLaren, sorry, was a bit quicker. Then yeah, he would be right up there.
They're just interviewing Lewis Hamilton now. Of course, yesterday was quite interesting. David Coulthard doing interviews, and he had a cake thrown at him in the face from Max Verstappen, and you know how could you do that to an old man at 50 years old? How could you do that? But he doesn't look at all 50 years old. I mean, he looks like he should still be in an F1 car when I look at David Coulthard. He's still got the physique. Hey, what's that?
He looks better than me, and he's
looks better than all of us. No offense, but he looks better than all of us. But what a guy. So Hamilton doing his American kind of, I can't believe we did it. I can't believe it. Kind of post-race interview there, but yeah, a fine win for him. I'm trying to just get up the driver standings. I know it's pretty much the order of what the. Actually, I don't even know why I'm bringing it up because it's exactly what the leaderboard would be after the first round. But of course, the next race is. Oh, go on, Harry.
I was going to say, I think we could definitely talk about the undriver of the day, Sebastian Vettel.
I know, yeah.
Mazepin?
I'd say Mazepin, but he didn't really. His drive lasted one corner, so I mean.
Why are we not calling him Maze Spin?
Well, Mazepin, yeah, exactly.
Mazepin, yeah.
No, I think Vettel had a rough race out there, so a debut to work on, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Of course, he was.
It'll be interesting to see. Sorry, it'll just be interesting to see what happens at Alpine over the next couple of weeks to sort out this apparent issue with Alonso, because he's been quite vocal about the team over the past couple of weeks since testing. Really,
isn't he always though?
But that's Alonso. Isn't it?
That's Alonso.
That's Alonso. Yeah, you get what you pay.
Yeah, and it's a big contract.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if Alpine, if they are able to turn things around and show that they've got ambition to finish the best of the midfield, or if it is going to be simply they are behind the likes of McLaren and Ferrari in that section of the constructors' championships. So.
Yeah, I think AlphaTauri as well. I think they although obviously Pierre Gasly didn't. I think he actually retired. It counts as a retirement, I think, at the end. And Yuki Tsunoda finished 9th, so obviously 2 points at the end. But, you know, I think AlphaTauri are probably at this moment in time higher than Alpine in terms of pace. Aston Martin, like Conor said, surprise in terms of whether I know Lance Stroll, you know, does finish 10th in the end. But, a day to forget for Aston Martin and for Vettel. But, yeah, Alpine are a little bit surprising as to where they are, because I did think they'd be a little bit higher. But I don't know if we've mentioned it, but their sort of team structure is a bit weird, isn't it? They've got no real top dog in terms of who the team principal is. They're all sort of, we're in the same rank. So how does that work?
The water boy is in charge today.
Yeah.
It'd be like your Sunday league team. Like sometimes you can't decide who the captain is, so it's just whoever performed best the last weekend. They're the captain this week.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're the team principal this week.
Alonso's going to be driver team principal, like player manager.
Bottas being interviewed, which I kind of feel like it's Rubens Barrichello every time I see him.
He just pulls off the Bottas mask and it's just Rubens Barrichello underneath.
And I would have got away with it as well. One for you meddling kids. Hamilton going back to some of the engineers and all that. congratulating him. Let's just go through the rest of the board. We haven't looked at the bottom 10. Kimi Raikkonen 11th, Giovinazzi 12th, Esteban Ocon 13th, which, yeah, just as Conor mentioned before with Alpine, it's definitely something that needs to be worked on with it only being one race, but maybe they can improve things. But I know this seems a bit daft to say, but I guess for George Russell, 14th isn't bad. Even though it's no points.
I mean, it certainly is an improvement for Williams on the season overall so far. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks. You know, does Aston Martin bounce back as many people think they will? Will Alpine bounce back? Is AlphaTauri, you know, will we see more from Gasly? Probably will. So there's a lot of moving parts that could push Williams and Russell as a result further down the order.
Well, another thing to consider as well is like the count back in F1. Even if you don't score any points, there's kind of an invisible ranking. So if George Russell finishes higher than the Haas's, for example, even if neither of them score points, Williams will still finish higher up. So him finishing 14th, although, you know, you might look at it and say no points, but in the invisible points ranking, it is quite a few.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think we're all in agreement here that I think Haas is going to be finishing dead last in the constructors.
It feels like that.
It's just a case of where does Williams fit in the teams thereafter? Are they as good as Alfa Romeo? I think it's quite difficult to say that because of how well Giovinazzi and Raikkonen can perform on their days. And then you look elsewhere and you look at the other teams and you think, no, Williams aren't really that close to them. So it is an improvement by Williams for certain. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, is it just because other people underperformed today, or is it an actual situation in the car now that, you know, George can push for points more often?
Max looks pissed on the podium.
He does.
He wanted that.
Yeah, I think when you get pole and you do well in practice, it's hard to accept second. But
how many race wins is that now for Hamilton? Is he close to 100 now?
96, I think.
Yeah.
96.
So he'll no doubt become the first driver to get 100, which is some achievement.
Yeah, definitely.
I do quite like the digital screen behind them when they come out onto their podium with the graphic of them in the background. It's quite cool. It's quite different. But I guess when you get this I say new ownership, they've been owners for a while now, but you know, they have certainly made it more 21st century, haven't they, Harry, in F1?
Yeah, they've dragged it kicking and screaming into the future, and it's worked well for them. You know, the fan base is bigger than it's ever been for F1, so you can't really complain about that. And they haven't really done a lot wrong, to be honest. Maybe some questionable tracks that they're going to visit. I don't think people are very happy about that, but yeah, for the most part, they've done a wonder for the sport, to be fair.
Just getting applauds now for Hamilton. He gets ready for the champagne. I think they've just done the national anthem, so no champagne yet. Nothing beats that announcer who says, "Here comes the champagne."
It's not champagne though, is it?
Oh, is it rose water?
Rose water.
Yeah.
It's a big trophy.
You got any comments on the YouTube, Jamie? Any reaction to the race?
Don't think we've got any more. I think we've got. Let's have a look. We've got Apicor saying, "Oh, he says I unironically want to see an F1 oval race just to see how bad it is. Aerodynamics would ruin it." We've got Mini Freeze saying, "You guys are a biased bunch." Are we? I'm a Prez fan.
Only if that's against Hamilton, but that's just because we want something different.
Yes.
I don't like him, so I'm putting it out there. But yeah, he's a very good driver. But Jamie Burgoyne says, "Mini Freeze, they never praise Haas. Disgraceful." And Isaac has said, and even Isaac has now responded saying, "At Mini Freeze, everybody's biased in some ways. I prefer when they're honest about it." Oh, well said, Isaac. I completely agree with that. And Hamilton lifting the trophy. I think they've done the champagne, yeah. Oh, it's like Rosewater. Sorry. Here comes the Rosewater. It doesn't sound the same, does it? It doesn't sound the same. He's just put Rosewater all over the engine here. Oh, he's going to need a new top. I think he was expecting that. Even just commentating on the Rosewater moments are quite fun. He's going to actually have a picture of him. He said, look, I'll let you lift the trophy just because I've put it all over your shirt. There you go, mate. He says, oh, thank you. I'll kiss your ear. Thank you. I can't do that. It's COVID restrictions. We'll have to do it behind the scenes. I'll hug you now. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, friends. I'm just jealous. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap it up there, folks. I tell you what, let's get your final thoughts. Harry, starting off with you.
An all right race, I suppose, but a good battle for the lead, and hopefully will be a sign of good things to come for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Conor Porter.
Nice opening race to the season. It's clear now that Red Bull are going to be putting on a challenge. It'll be interesting to see what they can do when they don't have any technical faults for their second car in Perez, and what kind of challenges they put on to Mercedes throughout the rest of the season. I think it's going to go right to the wire, and the race today proved it. So yeah, looking forward to the season ahead. And
Jack Price, that prediction of Perez doing well. There's still 22 races to go.
Yeah, I think I'll edit and just say Perez for top 5. And just edit the prediction a little bit. But no, I mean, look, a lot of people were talking about Red Bull, and there was a lot of hype. Have they closed the gap? Is it going to be closer this season? It's good to see that it is, and it's good that we had that little battle at the end. It would have been great if it was a little bit longer. Also, Perez making his way up, sadly didn't get a little bit closer to sort of have any threat for the Mercedes, but that is a possibility. Great team scores for both McLaren and Ferrari as well. Great first points for Yuki Tsunoda. I mean, if we look on the opposite end, work to do for Alpine and Aston Martin. So, yeah, not a bad first race. Could have been better. I think the middle part of it, we were struggling to find things to discuss. It was a little bit back to normal, as it were, when Hamilton got back on top. But yeah, I mean, look, there's potential there this season. So I'm not sure who it was halfway through the season where they said we're going to bin it now for 2021. Hold off on that. There is a possibility for better.
Well, anyway, I guess the final saying from me is to say thank you at home for watching our first ever race watch along on Let's Talk Sport. And let me just check. We did get a few more subscribers. I think we're now at 562. I think, oh no, it's still refreshing. Yep, 562. So thank you very much for the support there. Really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel, and we'll be ready for the next F1 weekend, which is Imola on April 18th. That's when the race is. And of course, the qualifying and practice and all that on the dates just before that. So my thanks to Harry, Conor, and Jack Price. I love it how I said Jack Price, but not the full names of Harry and Conor. So I'm going to go back there and say Harry false, Conor Port, no, sorry, I meant Harry wrong, Conor Port, and Jack no money. We have been Let's Talk Sport, and we will see you next time. So yeah, stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you later. And guess what? 4 days of work week this week, folks. So Good Friday is coming up. See you later. Thank you very much for watching.